You gotta be kidding yourself. Week number 3 has a better matchup than this. The Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks, the teams that played in Super Bowl 48, will kick off week number 3, where Seattle has yet to allow a rushing touchdown the entire year. We are scoreless through the first quarter, and going end zone on the very first drive, and Peyton Manning is in. Emmanuel Sanders, the former Pittsburgh Steelers, in the end zone. After the Seahawks kick a field goal, they're right back to work with a touchdown to give them the lead. A 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Wilson hands off to Lynch, and for the 4th time this season, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks. That ground game has been punishing opposing defenses all season long. Marshawn Lynch nearly leads the league in rushing yards. 2nd down and 7, leading by a field goal. The Seahawks defense put to the test. 2nd down. Peyton Manning going sideline, nearly picked off, but it's caught by Demaryius Thomas. Now a 2nd and goal with the 2-minute warning looming. Peyton Manning going end zone, and for the 2nd time, he's in. Touchdown to another unheralded receiver, and the Broncos lead by 4. Andre Caldwell scores his first touchdown as well. And then here's Marshawn Lynch of the receiving game. He's caught from behind by TJ Ward inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Seattle, their offense isn't known for a whole lot of points, but they can take the lead one more time, and they do just that. Our score, the Seahawks 17, the Broncos 14. 3rd quarter action now. Russell Wilson back to work, just like in the Super Bowl. Connects with Percy Harvin now inside the 5. 1st and goal. Wilson looking end zone. No pass rush at all, and he's able to connect with Zach Miller, the tight end, in the end zone, and they take a commanding 10-point lead here in the 4th quarter. Following another Denver 3-and-out, Seattle has a shot to seal the game on a 3rd and 7. Wilson connects with Doug Baldwin to move the chains. That clock keeps moving now to 3rd down and 4. Marshawn Lynch inside the 20, down to the 15, and crawls his way to the 13-yard line. 1st down and 10. Seahawks lead, and they hand off to Lynch one more time, and he scores. Touchdown, Seattle. That will just about ice it. The Broncos would end up driving and score a touchdown late, but it's too little too late for those Broncos. 31-24 final score. Peyton Manning threw 2 picks and has 5 total interceptions on the season. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson, only 4 incomplete passes the entire day, might be part of that running game that ranks 2nd in the NFL for the Seahawks. From a couple undefeated ball clubs, we go to teams that are on the outside looking in already in week number 3. The 0-2 Cowboys and the 0-2 Rams. Last time Dallas dominated this matchup, 193 yards on the ground for the Cowboys last season, and ironically enough, it was in a week 3 contest. 1st quarter action, 2nd and goal. There goes Bradford, fires underneath, and it's hauled in by Zach Stacy. The Rams tie their total from last time out. It was a 31-7 score. Currently, they lead 7-0. Sam Bradford on the next possession, following a Cowboys 3-and-out. A slip tackle by Tavon Austin, and scores on the near-hand side, and they pull ahead. Sam Bradford, 17-23 for 4 touchdowns on the day. That's his 2nd. 21-3 now, the Rams on top right before halftime. The Cowboys trying to crawl back into it, but fires right into the hands of Tremaine Johnson. Tony Romo would not have a single touchdown the entire day. And after a Rams score, they trail, that is right, 28-3. And they get from bad to worse for the Dallas Cowboys. That defense allows 5 touchdowns, including 4 by Bradford. Final score, 35-10, the St. Louis Rams. With a basic elimination game, they pull it out. Sam Bradford comes up huge. Meanwhile, a lot of questions are made by Tony Romo. He's still suffering from a back injury. They lose by 25 points. And a man who needed to show up but didn't was Dez Bryant, who had 4 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks, only 2 catches today. The game of the week, the Washington Redskins at 2-0 on the season take on the 1-1 Philadelphia Eagles, who lost last week in a heart-crushing defeat to the Indianapolis Colts. Now they face a Robert Griffin-led squad that are trying to win this division here after a lackluster 7-9 season a year ago. 3-0, the Eagles on top. There goes Matthews across the middle of the field. The rookie has had a real nice start to the Eagles 2014 campaign, and then LaShawn McCoy scores. And this looks awfully similar to their start last week, as they led the Colts by 10 in the 2nd quarter. 10-0 our score. Robert Griffin 2 plays later fires to Alfred Morris, slips a tackle, and he is gone. When he's even, he's leaving. No linebacker is going to catch him there as Trent Cole nearly rallies in there from behind. Nevertheless, the Redskins pulled to within 6 as after a Eagles field goal, the score is 13-7 at the halftime break. Alfred Morris, a guy who struggled all 2013, he's in for the touchdown, his first through the air on the year. And there goes Jordan Reed, the big-time future all-pro tight end, you got to believe, for the Redskins. Then Robert Griffin on a 1st and 10. He's looking, fumbles the football, but it's recovered luckily by that Redskin, number 88, Pierre Garcon. Johnny on the spot for the recovery. Washington now playing with all the chips on the table. They lucked out and score a touchdown on a Leonard Hankerson catch. And now the Redskins have the lead for the first time today, 14-13, eerily similar to the Week 2 contest where they had a 10-point lead. And here's Nick Foles, the first turnover of the day, and it comes with 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And that would be the beginning of the worst 4th quarter Foles has ever had. 1st down and 10, the very next drive, following a Redskins touchdown going long, and it's intercepted by Tracy Porter. Now that's his first interception of the day, and he's tripped up from behind by Riley Cooper. Following a Redskins 3 and out. 2nd down and 2, a read option. There goes Nick Foles to the 30. He can make a play to the 20, 15-10 going end zone, but he fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Brandon Merriweather. And the Redskins force back-to-back turnovers. Nick Foles trots off the field, and that was just an ugly last couple minutes for the Eagles quarterback. Even with all of that mess, the Eagles still have a chance to tie this game at 21 on a 3rd and 2. They stop him short of the 1st down. That is Trent Cole in there for the stop. And here come the Philadelphia Eagles. 1st and 10, Nick Foles fires to a wide open Aurelius Ben. He's got it inside the 25 down to the 22. The Eagles on the move. 1st and goal now from the 1-yard line. Nick Foles looking. He goes end zone, and Jordan Matthews catches for the score. And the Eagles tie this one at 21 following a 2-point conversion. 3 turnovers by Foles, but the touchdown erases all of those memories. And later on in the 4th, they have a chance to win it here. Nick Foles going to the end zone, and it's intercepted. 4 turnovers in the 4th quarter by the Eagles quarterback. Nevertheless, a tie game. We're headed to overtime. First possession by the Eagles. Handoff goes to LaShawn McCoy, and he's taken down short of the marker, bringing up a 3rd and 7 pivotal play, and Nick Foles is incomplete. The pressure on by number 91, Ryan Kerrigan. 4th down. Here come the Redskins now. Their 2nd drive. Handoff goes to Alfred Morris. Rambles all the way down to the 32-yard line, setting up a high 4-bad 42-yard attempt. The kick is up, and that kick is good, and the Redskins pull it out in a nail-biting finish. Washington figures out some big-time defense. He's the player of the game. The kicker is, I mean, the Redskins defense only forced 4 turnovers, and Robert Griffin was great in the final period. I guess Kyle Forbath just was that much better. Nevertheless, 21-24, the Redskins pull it out, and they lead the division after 3 weeks. A pivotal matchup, and now the Eagles at 1 and 2 have to figure out a way to climb back in the race, as they are 2 games behind the division-leading Washington Redskins in the NFC East. The Chargers are in desperate need of a win here after an 0-2 start, while the Buffalo Bills try to reclaim the top spot in the AFC East with a win here today. Handoff goes to Fred Jackson, and they have the lead. E.J. Manuel with a long drive down the field. And at halftime, the Chargers lead, but only by 2. The score is 9-7. After a Buffalo touchdown early in the 3rd, there goes a 3rd and 10 pass completion, 42 yards to Eddie Royal, the former Virginia Tech Denver Bronco. And now Phillip Rivers has the Chargers inside the 5. 3rd and goal, a handoff goes to Danny Woodhead, and he's into the end zone. The touchdown gives the Chargers the lead, 20-14 our score. E.J. Manuel in his sophomore season, can he mature into a big quarterback? It's a 2-minute drill, none bigger than this. Here goes a pass completion to Fred Jackson. The Bills are on the move. Now a 1st and 10, the very next play. E.J. Manuel looking and nearly picked off by Jason Verrett. The pass is incomplete, 2nd and 10. Very next play, there goes E.J. Manuel. He'll take it himself and slides after gain of 7. The Bills are on the move. 3 plays later. 2nd and 10, E.J. Manuel hoisted over the middle. And the pass is intercepted. The first pick of the season by the San Diego Chargers comes in the 4th quarter as Darryl Stuckey, the strong safety special teams captain, he's in there for the INT. And the Bolts win their first game of the season, 2014, the final score. You'll take him however you can. Philip Rivers, a great day in the office. Meanwhile, E.J. Manuel had a pretty productive day under center. Throws the late interception that seals it for the Bills, who are now 1-2 and looking up in the division. Huge game for both of these teams at 500 as they can keep pace with the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks with the win here today and also have that vaunted first divisional victory on the season. The Arizona Cardinals haven't gotten a whole lot going on the offensive end, just 26th in the league after 2 weeks. They need to get a spark from somewhere else. Ted Ginn returns from the goal line out to the 20-25. No Niners can tackle him. That is 4 broken tackles there on Ted Ginn, and he has the wheels to go the distance and does. 102 yards for the former Miami Dolphin. And this game is tied at 7. Colin Kaepernick on the read option. He's in for the go-ahead touchdown. It's 14-7. Next Niners drive, the handoff goes to Frank Gore, his first of 2 touchdowns on the ground, and the Niners pull ahead 24-7 at halftime. Carson Palmer, a quick drop, he hoists it long, and it's intercepted by Tremaine Brock. He intercepts his 3rd on the season and is knocked out of bounds right there. The Niners, a shellacking, 38-7. They blow out the Arizona Cardinals. They're on the road, and now they fall to 1-2. The Cardinals, a distant memory since their Week 1 win over the Chargers. After 2 straight defeats, they desperately need this Week 4 bye coming up in 7 days. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers, they'll host the 1-2 Eagles next week with a shot to improve to 3-1. The 2-0 Bears and the 1-1 New York Jets. Chicago, with their 2 victories, came in very controversial fashion. Meanwhile, Michael Vick, it wasn't controversial at all. He flat out stank it up. 4 completed passes for the Jets offense led by Michael Vick. Scoreless here in the second quarter. Here goes a return by Eric Weems, the former Atlanta Falcon, and it's fumbled, recovered by the defense. That is Dean, with Johnny on the spot for the football, and the Jets take over. That special teams has been so crucial in a 13-0 lead for the New York Jets. There goes Eric Weems, who ironically is the guy to kickstart a Chicago drive here on the offensive end, trying to cut into this New York Jet lead. 1st and 10 from in the red zone. Clausen underneath, it's caught, but only for a gain of a few. And that conservative offense on a 3rd and goal fires to Josh Morgan, who catches for a gain of 6. He would return to the action, but the Bears only kick a field goal and still trail by 10. Michael Vick on a 3rd and 2 completes to his fullback Bohannon, but he's short of the marker. Michael Vick celebrates. Boy, it seems like he celebrates anything, the fact that he's still in the league. Down by 10, here come the Chicago Bears with 6 and change to go. Josh Morgan with an impressive spin move. He's down the near-hand sideline before being dragged down to the turf. Near the red zone, a huge play by Morgan, and what a spin move on D. Milliner. He's got the Bears in the red zone. 3rd down and goal from the 4. Clausen going end zone. It's caught, no dropped. That is Eric Weems, who had a chance to cut this lead, but instead it's a field goal on the boards, and the Bears trail by 4. Here goes a Michael Vick scramble, and Jared Allen takes him down for the sack. They still trail by a touchdown, but force a 3rd down and 12 in Chicago. This is for the game. Here goes Michael Vick, a shotgun snap, and fires to a wide-open Jeremy Curley, and he's got it for the 1st down. Now the Bears have another chance on a 3rd down and 4. Vick under center. He takes the snap and fires to Bilal Powell, who breaks a tackle and runs out of bounds, but he has enough for the 1st, and the New York Jets pull it out. A big victory following that humiliating loss. Vick only 9 of 17 for 81 yards, but it doesn't matter. They get the W anyways. Chicago's no-name receivers have come up huge. Jay Cutler returns to the lineup for the Bears next week. In a rundown of the remaining games, the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both after an 0-1 start, came back with huge victories. The Falcons destroyed the Cincinnati Bengals, while the Bucs, in the last-second win, defeated the St. Louis Rams. 3-0 Bucs on top, but the Falcons score a touchdown from a Ryan to Harry Douglas touchdown connection. They're 2nd on the season. The Falcons lead by 4. Now 7-3 after a Buccaneers punt. Here's Steven Jackson into the end zone, a rare sighting for Atlanta. It's a touchdown for the former Ram. He's in the end zone. The Falcons win by the final score 28-3. the Buccaneers offense struggled to say the least. Same would be the case for the Vikings today, as after a long drive by the New Orleans Saints, there goes Marcus Colston for 18, then Jimmy Graham on the very next play, that is Breeze to the tight end for 26 yards. The Saints would score a touchdown. They lead by 7. After a slow but methodical comeback by the Vikings, they pulled within 1 here in the third quarter, and New Orleans is on the move looking for the knockout punch. There goes Brandon Cooks with the catch into enemy territory. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. Then Breeze fires. There goes Colston with the grab, and he's got it near the red zone. Now on a 3rd and goal, the Saints have a chance to score a touchdown. Their 2nd of the day. Breeze looking, and there goes Sharif Floyd with a sack. A huge play by that Minnesota defense, forcing a field goal. 1st and 10. Teddy Bridgewater fires to the sideline. There's Jerome Simpson with the grab. A solid drive for the Vikings. 3rd down and 5. Bridgewater looking. He's going long. It's caught by Greg Jennings, and he cuts upfield for the touchdown. A huge play by Minnesota, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter. The score 13-10 in New Orleans. Can the Saints make their hometown crowd happy? There goes a screen pass, but it's blown up immediately. Pierre Thomas was tackled short of the 1st down. The Saints have a very good statistical day, but they have to punt. It doesn't matter. 2nd down and 4. There goes Adrian Peterson. Can he clinch this game? Breaks a tackle, and a punishing run gets him down to the 35-yard line. The Saints have to start burning timeouts and use that time of possession. 3rd down and 4. Bridgewater will pass and completes to Kyle Rudolph. He's got it for the 1st down, and the Saints lose. They cannot pull it out. New Orleans losing perhaps the biggest upset of the season, the Minnesota Vikings. They improved to 2-1 with the victory today. Meanwhile, the Saints fall to 2-1. The Bengals and the Titans, an extremely intriguing game between 2 of the average teams in the National Football League, but guys that can certainly make a push for the playoffs. Cincinnati 1-1 on the season, taking on the 1-win Tennessee Titans. 7-3 our score before Andy Dalton finds Gresham in the end zone to take the lead. 10-7 our score, but the Bengals fight back on a long drive down the field. On 3rd and 2, Jake Locker finds Mark Mariani in the end zone, a rare sighting to say the least, and Tennessee reclaims the lead. It's 14-10, the Titans on top. They're literally scratching and clawing their way back into this one. It's a loss of 6 though. Sean Phillips, the former Bronco, in there on the tackle. And now on a 3rd and 16, there goes Dalton hoisting an end zone. It's caught by Jermaine Gresham. That's his 2nd touchdown. He's in for the score, and the Bengals reclaim the lead, 17-14. The hometown crowd must be happy here midway through the 4th quarter. But here come the Titans on the 3rd and 10. Ken Wisenhunt couldn't be more happy as the backup Dexter McCluster catches, and there he goes down the sideline, 30, 25, 20, and he's rallied in there from behind at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, though, they kick a field goal and tie this one at 17 following the good field goal. 2nd down now. There goes A.J. Green trying to rally his team for a game-winning field goal try. Green another gain of 8. And on 2nd down and 3, 2 plays later for Dalton. Back to throw, looking, goes, and it's intercepted. That is Jason McCourty. He's got it for the takeaway. And he's into enemy territory before being knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And the Never Say Die Titans, who won late last week, they are making a big-time impact. And with the field goal, Tennessee can pull ahead in this matchup. Off the tip ball, certainly an impressive rebound there by McCourty. Now in the red zone, 2nd down and 8. There goes Bishop Sankey up the middle. Brings up a 1st down and goal. And they're not interested in the field goal. How about a 2-yard touchdown plunge? That is Bishop Sankey. He's in for 6, and the Titans pull ahead by a score. Now it's the Bengals to have to try and get a touchdown just to tie this thing at 24. We're down to 45 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Dalton going long, but it's intercepted. That is Gerald Sensabaugh on the interception. An impressive win, an upset victory by those Tennessee Titans, but not as impressive as the win by the Washington Redskins at the Eagles in overtime. That was one of many scores that came down to the wire. The Vikings beat the Saints by 3 in a last-second defensive stand. The Dolphins upset the Chiefs. Final score 26-20. The Seahawks pull it out over the Broncos, and a 20-point upset victory as the Carolina Panthers take care of business at home. They defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers. What does this mean for the NFL standings? Well, here it is. First, let's look at the bottom left-hand corner where in the NFC North, the Packers and the Bears, who both lead the division, will face off in Chicago, with the winner claiming the rights of the NFC North after 4 weeks of play. The Philadelphia Eagles face off against the Niners in Levi's Stadium to try and salvage their season, which has been real rugged there for Philadelphia so far. The Giants travel to Washington to take on the 3-0 Redskins. Will Washington remain unbeaten? The Giants are 2-1 on the season as well. We'll see what they can do. Along with the Kansas City Chiefs, who face the Patriots next week. All that and more is coming up in week number 4 of the NFL season simulation. Make sure to subscribe to Chargerdude95.